one of my favorite solanaceous plants, Brugmansia. And look at this one. This Brugmansia here is quite woody. And as you can see, it's also very canescent coming up from there. There's a lot of, what are they called? Water shoots. Adventitious shoots. Their sole purpose is in case the older part of the tree collapses and dies, or most of it dies, they can still survive on the stump there and create more flowers and more propagules and more chances to survive this grinder we call the earth. And look at the base of that beauty, huh? Now that's related to tomatoes of all things, and other peppers, tomatoes, etc. And yes, they are woody plants, but remember, these also have the interior phloem, the phloem that is between the xylem and the pith. The phloem's usually on the outside of all that, right underneath whatever bark the plant has. But this has both the exterior and interior phloem. It doesn't rely on either one of them. And I guess that would be in case if you have an animal that's gnawing on these things, there's a possibility that those interior phloem could produce meristematic tissue, possibly, and that would lead to shoot formation, even though the plant has its bark gnawed off, or what. And you can see that bark gnawing does happen. Probably rat damage here. Look at that. So this is tasty bark for some animals. This is Cestrum parqui from Chile. Now, if you're familiar with Cestrum nocturnum, the night blooming jasmine, this doesn't look anything at all like the night blooming jasmine. The night blooming jasmine is very canescent. This is somewhat canescent too. In other words, it has these upright stems coming from the ground, but it's also kind of more shrub-like, and it's has smaller flowers that aren't that noticeable. See if I can find some in bloom over here. Yeah, there's some in bloom. There we go. There they are. And let's see, do they smell? Well, they may smell at night like the night blooming jasmine, I'm not sure. But they're not as showy. They're definitely not as showy, although night blooming jasmine is not the world's showiest plant. It does have noticeable flowers. All right, this is Lycium chinensis, also known as the goji berry, and yeah, it does look solanaceous. Now look at the order that the leaves are in. They're coming out of the branch in a spiral arrangement. They're not opposite. They're not alternate either, because they're not on the same plane, so there's more of a spiral arrangement. Oh, they're kind of some of these are kind of a flattened spiral arrangement, and there's no fruit on this. Here we have two members of the Solanaceae right next to each other. We've got Brugmansia versicolor, an orange angel's trumpet tree. Look at that, just beautiful. Not as woody as that other Brugmansia. And we've got Iachroma, and this one is cyaneum. Iachroma, cyaneum, meaning a bluish to a violet color. Like if one has cyanosis, it turn blue. And there you go, look at the beautiful tubular corollas all fused together there. And we also have the calyxes. And the calyxes are, let's see, how many lobes do these babies have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 6, which is a pretty common arrangement for these. 4 to 6 on the calyx. So that's Iochroma cyaneum. Sorry, cyaneum. Iochroma cyaneum. Beautiful plant from South America. Both of these are quite toxic. Quite toxic.